Hi everybody, this is Doug Jandeber. You're watching Explore Tulsa.
Hello and welcome to Spring in T-Town. As we bring you another Explore Tulsa, we start the show with a story that inspires.
Then the newest game in town.
Followed by the ride of your life.
Plus we'll see who makes the party list.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. It's good to have you with us once again for this week's Explore Tulsa. So what are you looking up, Stevie?
Jewelry for my wife.
Oh no, are you in trouble again?
She just didn't think that The Walking Dead is as funny as I did.
Oh, you shouldn't make fun of her favorite show. But I do know a great designer of handmade custom jewelry right here in Tulsa.
Hey, whatever stops her from treating me like I'm a zombie.
Then we need to call on Nikki Halgren and the Gleeful Peacock.
I started jewelry making about 4.5 years ago, and really honestly it started because I had just passed my 30th birthday and I felt like I had kind of lost myself. I was an artist in my younger years and I had lost the colorful side of myself, and so I decided that I was just gonna start doing more artistic things, and one of those things was making jewelry. And when that happened, I kind of felt like I had a rebirth a little bit as far as really wanting to do more interesting things with my life. So I entered for a craft show, and I did way better than I ever thought I could. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, maybe I'm onto something. So I started making it more and more for family and friends, and it went from there. I started doing craft shows and locally, and then I decided to start trying to expand, and I went to Austin and Chicago, to some of the bigger ones, and had great success. I was super excited. And I remember I got approached by a couple local stores, and that kind of really helped me learn how to deal with stores, and I still to this day have those accounts and appreciate them so much for being willing to teach me the ropes. About 2 years ago, I decided to make the huge step of attending my first market with the product. I had no idea what I was in for. I think if I would have known what I was doing, I might have talked myself out of it. So I showed the product at market, and at market the only people that are there to buy are actually buyers for stores. And a lot of people were really excited and got behind me and supported me and helped promote me as an artist. And again, a lot of those accounts are still my account today. And now that was in Dallas, and now we've done Dallas and Atlanta and Vegas, and we have New York and Chicago that will be in our future. So it's really made the huge difference for our business, going from 20 stores when I started doing markets to about 600 now. Like they say, right? The road to an overnight success takes many years. The jewelry line has grown really fast, way faster than I ever thought in 5 years. And when I started it, my whole goal was just possibly to support myself financially. I never thought that I would have this many employees. But I love the fact that even though it's taken me 5 years to get to this point, it's gone at the pace that I can learn, and so I can only grow as fast as I can learn. I've never had a business before. It's growing at that pace. The more people I bring in, the faster it can grow, because my goal is to bring in people and just let them contribute their talents to it. And so the more talented people I bring in, the faster it seems to grow. And so right now we're at a great growth speed, and I think that's just because we have some amazing talent that works here. Just about 2 years ago, I was in a 4th bedroom of my house, and I had a couple girls that would come a couple hours a day if I had a show or something. About a year ago, I had a couple employees. We were in a shop on Brookside. The line grew so fast that I had to shut down the retail shop and just focus on making jewelry. I think we're at about 15 employees now, and it's kind of surreal. Like, I come in here and they're like my family, and I love the fact that whether or not I ever get like a condo on the beach because of this, I love that I get to create good jobs for those people. Good flexible jobs. They get to have their family be a priority. They don't have to stress. They are loved here, and that I think is like worth all of the hard work.
Nikki's story is pretty amazing. Beautiful jewelry. She has her work in like 600 stores.
Plus, it's very affordable, stylish jewelry, which makes it so easy to pick out more than one piece. So visit gleefulpeacock.com to see for yourself.
Making dreams come true in Tulsa, Nikki has all the right ideas for making her hard work pay off.
That's what's so great about Explore Tulsa, meeting people like Nikki and our next guest who make the impossible seem easy.
And I don't know any guy who wouldn't want to go out and own his own sports franchise.
But Lamar Baker is making it happen with the Oklahoma Defenders.
And they're coming up when Explore Tulsa continues.
Welcome to White House Mansion, where we are ready to make your event extraordinary.
Located near Tulsa Hills, White House Mansion is country living in the city. This unique, historic mansion is the perfect venue for your wedding reception, party, or holiday gathering. We can accommodate up to 500 guests with both indoor and outdoor options and plenty of parking. If you're looking for a charming, special, and flexible location for your big day,
Call us now to make memories that will last for a lifetime.
Hey, it's Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zeller. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got two great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzeller.com. You can find that we have our two locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I gotta tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course, the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zeller and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Ever since the first movie theaters opened in the early 1900s, man has been trying everything to bring that same experience home to enjoy with their families. And for more than 30 years, Video Revolution and their home entertainment experts have been making those dreams come true by designing custom home theater solutions for both in and outdoor use. From 1080p LEDs to the brand new Sony 4K flat panel TVs, or come in to see the latest in sound bars and surround sound setups. Always the top name brands are found at Video Revolution. That same electronic expertise we also apply to your business communications network, from boardroom automation to video wall presentations. No matter what technology the future holds, you can count on Video Revolution to be leading the way. Tulsa's headquarters for the best selection and installation of cutting-edge electronics. Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
I'm Bridget, the owner of Dinners at 6, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Hello again, and thanks for sharing your time with us for more Explore Tulsa.
Look what I got here, Trish, an official Oklahoma Defenders football.
You are such a guy. You didn't steal that, did you?
No, it's one of the perks from going to a Defenders game. You get to keep the footballs that go out into the stands.
Wow, the games are a pretty exciting event, and general manager and owner Lamar Baker make it all well worth the experience.
I started playing football, as a youth, very young, 5, 6 years old, and it was one of those things that always kept me out of trouble, something I could look forward to after school, and just over the years, just excelled at it. Bringing a team to Tulsa that's family-oriented, like the Oklahoma Defenders. My wife and I, we're the owners. Our head coach is local. And we're in a unique league called the CPIFL, which is the Champions Professional Indoor Football League. And in this league, you have to have 90% of your roster has to live within 125 miles. Live, work, or have attended college within a 125-mile radius. Most of the guys are here, you know, they're married, got kids, and they're just having fun. And they enjoy allowing their family and friends to still see them play football.
You know, Ronell Lewis, he played for the Detroit Lions. He played at OU. He's from Henrietta. Sam Proctor played at OU. Hubert Anium, OSU. Then we got the local guys, Austin Bruner. He's from Pryor High School. Keontae Cathy, he's from Coweta. David Lazenby, our center, you know, he played at TU. So we got some local guys. King Jack Washington, our tailback, he's from Owasso. Played there in high school. So we got some local feel.
I was actually a football and basketball guy. Ended up taking the football route out of high school. Ended up getting a full ride to a bunch of D1s, Big 12 schools mainly. Ended up going to Oklahoma State. After that, I was able to play in the NFL and play with the San Diego Chargers and the Carolina Panthers. Hopped on and off the team throughout the season through that year, 2012. After that, I had surgery on my foot and got back healthy. And this is where I am right now, Tulsa Defenders.
Oklahoma is a good football state. You know, everyone knows that. Had the Tulsa Talons here, you know, they up and left. You know, a lot of people were sad about that. A lot of people didn't know. A lot of people went to those games and supported that team. So this team, you know, we got some big shoes to fill because that was a good team. And but I enjoy the challenge. We're just as good. We have players that played on that team here. We got NFL players, you know, college players, whatever. You know, it's still going to be exciting football, good football players, you know, to create some excitement.
At first, obviously, it was arena football, and I've been playing outdoor 11-man football my whole life, so it was a big step for me, and it's a big difference. But I'm a football player, and at the end of the day, this is all football. I mean, you're going to catch the ball, you're going to get upfield, you're gonna tuck the ball, you're going to tackle. It's all football at the end of the day, and that's what I love doing, and that's what I feel I've been on this earth to do, is play football and be good at it. So, I mean, when he gave me the opportunity, I took a full hand and met the team, met the coaches. Everybody's good people, and that's what you want around your football team. You want good people. It starts from the outside in.
Everything is quicker. Everything has to be a step quicker, a step shorter, you know, a second faster on a release, you know. Be a lot physical, hold that block a little bit longer. You know, everything is quick, but, you know, after a while, you know, when you're new to it, it's a lot of speed, it's a lot of, you know, your mind's going crazy, but around that second game, you know, third game, or even in the first game, you know, at halftime, you go in, you settle down, you get the hang of it, you know, to calm down, and it's pretty much football still.
That's one thing that football does for you, is it teaches you life lessons that, you know, you're going to learn in the real world anyways. And that's one thing, you know, that I really kind of took for granted when you're in high school. But you got to take it as a learning experience. I mean, there's things that are going to happen here that correlate to the real world. And, you know, any job you have, for the most part, you're going to be part of a team. And this is, you know, I think sports is a great avenue, especially football, because on any given play, one person can not do their job, and that messes the whole. And that's obviously the same thing in a corporation or wherever you work.
It's exciting because I have a 5-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter who are football junkies just like mom and dad. So seeing them here, seeing them talk about the players, they all know the players by name, they know their numbers. So looking up and seeing my kids having a good time and my wife having a good time is what makes it all worth it. Throughout the week, we work hard here at practice and at the office, and on game days, it's, you know, seeing the smiles and happiness is what we work hard for.
I really like that the team is made up of a majority of local guys. When I was doing sideline reports for high school football, King Jack was playing for Owasso and proved to be a very exciting playmaker.
The good news is that the season has just started. So visit OklahomaDefenders.com to find out when you can catch the next big game.
Oh, plus you can join the Defenders Kids Club for some sweet deals. The Defenders are also on kind of a winning streak, and you might grab your own Defender football.
And in case you need a ride to the big game, we can help you out there too.
That's right, we'll hook you up with Jim Nicolotti of Galaxy Limousines next when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
It's ORU like you've never seen before. ORU's Conference and Event Centers invites you to consider us for your next event. With over a dozen venue options and more than 40 years of putting on big shows, we're confident we have just the right venue solution for you. ORU's Conference and Event Services is a full-service operation, catering to the needs of the university and the community of Tulsa. Getting married? Then the Prayer Gardens or Christ Chapel can accommodate any size wedding party. Or if your event is all business, ORU has the finest conference, banquet facilities, and equipment in all of Oklahoma. And we have plenty of fun too, with summer camps covering volleyball, soccer, swimming, baseball, and more. Call and find out how ORU Conference and Event Services can be your all-inclusive event venue. 918-495-6400. At Video Revolution, our home entertainment experts have been designing custom home theater solutions for both in and outdoor use for over 30 years. From flat panel LED TVs to 4K projector systems, the top name brands are here at Video Revolution. That same electronic expertise we also apply to our business communications network, from boardroom automation to video wall presentations. Video Revolution, Tulsa's headquarters for the best selection and installation of cutting-edge technology.
If riding in style is the way you like to travel, then you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
Here's some limousine history for you, Stevie. The first limo was created in 1902 and was designed so the driver sat outside under a covered compartment.
And the first stretch limo was created by our neighbors in Fort Smith, Arkansas in 1928 by a company called Armbruster. And the stretch limo became famous for driving around big band leaders like Glenn Miller and Benny Goodman.
Well, today, virtually anyone can call on the services of Jim and his daughter Tricia at Galaxy Limousines.
When we first started, I did drive quite a bit by myself. The stories that you hear from limo drivers are all true. A lot of unique things happen in the back of a limousine. About 20 years ago, I was in the real estate business, running a real estate company for Oral Roberts. It got to where he didn't want to expand real estate anymore, so I left there and got a job with another limousine company and worked for them for a couple of years. And he kind of left town in the middle of the night, found out he hadn't paid sales tax and some other things. And so my daughter worked there, going to school as a dispatcher. So she said, hey, why don't we start our own limo company? So we started Galaxy 18 years ago. We started with just one single town car, Lincoln Town Car, and have grown to the size we are now. We do transportation for 212 limo companies from across the country. The top 20 companies in the world, such as Carey, Boston Coach, we do all their corporate transportation in Tulsa. Their execs will fly in for a meeting, we'll pick them up at the airport, take them to the meeting, sit there, wait on them, take them to lunch, take them back to the airport, so on and so forth. Saves them a lot of trouble from renting a car, driving to where they're trying to find a parking place, and then having to turn the car in when they come back. This way they can just get in the town car, talk to their office on their cell phone on the way, do business, and we drop them right at the front door and we're there when they come out. We've had a lot of our people, like the executive type people, like we've had Margaret Thatcher, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, we've had Dan Rather, we've had General Tommy Franks, Colin Powell. Of course, all the regular people, the stars. We've done a lot of stuff for Garth. We did the wedding at his house. We've done Reba McEntire. Pretty much every star that comes to Tulsa we handle and do. Everybody that comes to the BOK and everybody that comes to the PAC, that type of thing. Probably the funniest one was I was driving probably 3 or 4 years after we started the business, and I had a group of girls, 8 girls, celebrating a 21st birthday. And they had been out since 7 o'clock, and it was 2 in the morning, and the bars are closed. And I said, are we going to go home? And they says, no, just drive around for a while. We want to listen to music. So we happened to be downtown at 15th and Boston, so I just drove over to Riverside, and driving 10, 15 mile an hour down Riverside. Right after I got on Riverside, a cop pulled out along River Parks and followed me. followed me all the way down to the casino and turned on his lights and pulled me over. And I said, "What's the problem, officer?" I says, "Yeah, I know I wasn't speeding." He says, "Do you know you have 3 naked women standing out your moonroof?" I said, "No, but I noticed you followed me for about 10 or 12 miles. He said, "I had to make sure." Yeah, so you get some unique circumstances. It's fun to see the business grow, and eventually I'll turn the whole thing over to my daughter and retire. I lost my wife of 48 years about 6 months ago, and so a little bit tough there, but getting over that and trying to keep busy with the company, and we do a lot of voluntary work. So I keep active at church, active with the company. We're a member of the Tulsa Chamber, the Bixby Chamber, the Broken Arrow Chamber, the Jinx Chamber, the Sepulpa Chamber, you know, so go to a lot of luncheons, meet a lot of people.
What an awesome garage. And Jim was so much fun to talk to, too, with some amazing stories to tell us about all the celebrities he's had a chance to meet.
Of course, you can always make your own limo memories by visiting GalaxyLimoTulsa.com to plan your next big event's transportation.
If it's a wedding you're planning, then you're going to need some invitations. And for that, you'll want to stay close.
Yes, you do, as we stop in next to Youre Invited.
And you're also invited to keep this party going with more Explore Tulsa yet to come.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zeller here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get 1 pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my 2-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zeller and Associates.
Find us 1 block east on 71st and Garnett, behind Salvation Army. Free admission, parking free too. Y'all come out and see us now.
So glad you got your invitation and decided to stay with us for more fun on Explore Tulsa.
And at one of Stevie's parties, you never know what to expect.
And that's why, for my big events, I like to use the creative services of the very talented team at Youre Invited.
We started this fabulous store about 10 years ago in May, and we worked at another stationery party store that had been an institution in Tulsa forever. So we all worked there, and they happened to close that store on the south side of Tulsa. So we were sitting on the curb wondering what we should do, and we figured we should do something, and this is what we know how to do, and we do it with great enthusiasm. And we each have kind of our little niches. So Sabrina's like the numbers girl, and Shirley does this hot stamping on napkins that nobody else in town does, and she's so patient and exact and perfect. And I'm just a wild card, and and Kathy's my co-worker wild card. Birthdays are always a very big deal. But weddings and bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, that's the big deal. That's the truly big deal. People are willing to invite everyone they know or have ever known, and they want everyone to come. And so the invitation has to be beautiful, and it has to be inviting, and the recipient of the invitation will look at this invitation, and hopefully, if we do our job, they'll look at this and say, this is an event I'm not going to miss. We just brainstormed, and Youre Invited seemed to be, we wanted to invite everyone here, to invite everyone to whatever they were doing, a wedding, a wake, an anniversary, a birthday, you know, for all ages, from birth of babies. And we like to start it like doing a birth announcement, then start their birthdays, and then do their wedding. I mean, we want to do the whole thing, you know. You could get involved, but we've only had one man apply, and to this day, I'm sorry we didn't hire him. But one guy, you know, and most of the time we get grooms coming in here with their brides, and they're all want to be part of the, you know, picking out the wedding invitation, but they just start glazing over after 20 minutes. We have to send them over to Wing Run to get a beer because they just can't do it. So, guys, you don't make it. Well, I can only start with the party, you know, and you set, like the invitation sets the tone. The font you use on it is a fun font or it's a traditional font, you know, so that all sets the tone, and then we can recommend a florist, a caterer, a venue, hotel rooms for their guests if they're bringing in. So thank heaven, almost everybody's happy. So, and we keep trying. If they aren't, we make it right.
Hanging out with Nancy made me want to get married or throw a bar mitzvah or something.
Well, let's see. You're already married and you're not Jewish. But if you have a legitimate reason to throw a party, visit Youre Invited on Facebook or stop in and see them at 81st and Sheridan.
Party pooper, don't worry. I'll find a good reason to throw a big shindig.
Stick around. There's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
At Video Revolution,
we've got today's 3D technology.
Smart TVs. And I can help you pick the one that's a larger size TV.
We handle it all here at Video Revolution.
Now people can get
a 90-inch TV.
Locally owned and operated.
Now coming up on a 30-year anniversary.
Customer service is our priority. We have our own service center.
It just brings back enjoyment to watching TV.
And now it's affordable for everybody.
And we sell fun stuff. It's like toys for big kids.
Customers that come into Video Revolution are blown away.
Be sure and join us next week when we meet Glenn at Ink's Shaved Ice.
We want to thank Nikki and her crew at the Gleeful Peacock for all their wonderful jewelry creations.
Thanks too to Lamar Baker and his team for bringing spring football back to T-Town with the Oklahoma Defenders. And to Jim and his daughter Tricia for sharing with us all those beautiful limos at Galaxy Limousines. Hey, the show's almost over, so you don't mind, have the car brought around. I appreciate it.
Plus, thanks to Nancy and all the other owners at Youre Invited for helping make so many events very special.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zeller and Associates.
Home of the two pair for $129 deal with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.